Hi guitar mates, I hope you are doing well. In this lesson we are going to check out one of the most classic guitar solos ever recorded, and it goes like this. Guitar mates, it doesn't get much more of a classic than Paranoid. Released in 1970, it was actually an addition to the album. The information that I was reading about this, that the album was short and they needed a very quick song to put in there. And Tony Iommi had been messing around with this riff previously, and they turned it into the song that we now know. In fact, apparently Ozzy was reading the lyrics for the first time as they was recording it in the studio. This song was one of the first songs that I ever learned as a young kid, because it was just power chords all the way through. And one thing I would like to point out here, when I first started playing with this song and started recording it, my guitar kept on sounding out of tune when I was playing it. And it was through checking it out through Moises, I saw that the actual tuning of this song is at 448 hertz. So when I did the recording that you heard at the beginning, this guitar is tuned at 448. If you tune it, standard tuning play on the top, it doesn't sound that nice because it sounds like your guitar's continually out of tune. Solo itself is played in E minor pentatonic. You are going to use in two positions. You're going to use first position out on the 12th fret, and you're also going to be using fourth position down on the 7th fret. That's all it does, moving backwards and forwards between that position there. Well, that's enough talking, and I'm always being told off for talking too much on my videos. But let's get into it and let me show you how to play Paranoid. Right, let's look at that first lick. I'll play it through and then I'll break it down for you. So it goes like this. Okay, now I have seen a number of videos of Tony Iommi playing this, where he's in the studio just playing this. And one of the things I noticed on that opening note, which is different to a lot of the tabs I'd seen, that he's raking into the 9th fret on the G string. So he just rakes the strings in and then bends it. So he's got a 9, brings it back down, pulls off to the 7, and then back to the 9. From there, we are just moving down the E minor pentatonic. So we do a 9-7-9-7. Now, you can pick it or you could do a pull off on the second one. The video I'd seen most of the notes, he was actually picking all of the notes that he was playing on this, which is kind of the method that I adopted then. So I'm doing a 9-7-9-7. Then I move my third finger to the 9 on the D, and then I slide it down. Down to the 7, and then I have got a series of 5-7-5-7 on that. Cross over the string to the A string, I do another 9-7. Now Tony again does another 2-7 on the video I was watching. Crosses over to the D5, and we got that da-da-da that he's playing, but he's doing this as, he's actually playing this one. He's doing a 5 on the D, cross to the 7 on the A, like that. So if you put it slowly. So if we do it slowly. That's said, I have picked every one of them notes, which is the way I was seeing that Tony was doing it. So that is lick number 1. Next lick goes like this. So what we're doing there, we're starting off again. He's heading back into this E minor pentatonic over that 7th position, but he's starting off on a 5/7 on the A, crosses over, does a 5/7 on the D, then he slides up to the 9, so he's going back up again. Then with his first finger, he does, on the video I was watching, he plays 2 on 7th fret on the G string. Then he takes his second finger, which that's the one that was chopped. So he's taking his second thimble finger, and he's quickly sliding into the 9. But what he wants to do, he wants to get his first finger down onto the 8th fret on the B string. So he's got like that. So far, a little slide just to get onto that 9 with a second finger. Then we've got the B8, back to the 9 on the G, back to the 8, to the 10 on the B. Then we've got a a half tone bend of the 10, back to the 8, to the 10 with another half tone. Because he hangs on that second bend on that 10 a little bit longer. So we get. Then he does a quick again 8/10, and then back with the chords, which he's doing 8. So slowly. Okay, so that is lick number 2. Lick number 3 is the longest piece in this, because there's no breaks once you've started this. But he's going to be moving up to the 12th fret on the E minor pentatonic. He's moving around that area there. So what it goes like is this. Quite a bit going on there, but it's all around that box 1 E minor pentatonic, so it's not bad. So I'm doing that. I'm coming into the 14 on the G string, and then I'm moving across that typical movement, a normal minor pentatonic blues thing, where I'm doing the 12/12 on the B and the E. And then I move to the 15 on the B string, so it would go. Next part, we are shifting across to the 15th fret on the high E string, and we've got a series of 3 full tone bends, and then come back down to that 12. Then we have a 15 pull off to the 12 to the 15, like that. We do that twice. So far we've got like that. So that last one, when I was doing this, I kept on losing the count. So we do that. I could remember how many times I've done that, so you're going to watch that. The video I saw, he actually stayed on that through the majority of this little section. He did. Kind of hovered around that little part there, but on the original one we've just got 2 of these, 15 pull off to the 12, then 15 on the B. Then we have got this 15 pull off to the 12 on the B, to the 14 on the G. Then we've got B12 to E12. Then we've got 15 on the B string, pull off to the 12 to the 14. Now we are just going to do a similar kind of lick each time we're doing this. We've got this 14-12 pull off on the G. Back to the 12 on the G. Then we've got a 14 on the G, full tone bend. Brings it down. Finishes on the 12th fret, the G, on the G string. So let me just play that whole section because it is the busiest one. Let me just play that through for you. So that biggest one there, that is lick number 3. Final lick goes like this. Again, just all around that E minor pentatonic position. Starts off with a full tone bend on the G14. Then we've got a 12-14 pull off to the 12. Down to the 14 on the D. Back to the 12. So, because you got this da diddle da diddle da, you got that feel ba ba da ba 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 da da da. So I can't hardly say it like that. Da 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 da. That kind of a groove going on. So yeah. Then we can move down to the 14 on the D, and we do a similar. So I'm doing 14 pull off on to the 12, to the 14 on the A, and then back to the 12 on the D. Then we shift, and I'm shifting my finger now. Third finger is picking on the 12 on the A string, and I'm doing 12-10. Then we got another one of these diddle that that. We'll be doing a 12 pull off to the 10 and then 12 on the E string. We come back up to the 12 with that third finger, and we move it from the 12 to the 14. Finishing it on D12. Then we have this 12-14 on that D string to the 12 on the G. Back to the 14. And then down to the 12 on the D. Then we've got the power chords, what he's doing, which is just the riff. We're just doing a G5 to a D5, back up to the E. And that is all of the parts of the guitar solo by Tony. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to play this classic solo. I have to say, this was probably one of the first solos when I was a young lad learning how to rock it, and submit for a long time. I just winged it whenever I was playing this. So one of the reasons I thought I would show you how to play this one correctly. Of course, all the other guitarists have all done their versions. Randy, Jackie Lee, and of course Zach and Gus G. To forget Gus. They've all done their own little interpretations of this, which I'm sure you can do yourself as well. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. But until the next time, this is Jeff, wishing you well, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Until then, goodbye.